So we got a lot of news to talk about with the Nintendo Direct, 3D Mario, the summer games, and everything associated with that. Because recently, Nate the Hate went on his podcast to say his information/slash predictions that what we're going to be seeing for summer of 2026. Now, this is all great in many different ways because you always want to see some more information on the Nintendo Direct, on 3D Mario, on everything. So what's going on, everyone? How's your day going? Let's get straight into the video. Alright, so starting everything off, during his podcast, he did bring up the Nintendo Direct, and personally, I honestly thought that we were for sure going to be getting a Nintendo Direct in April. That just made the most sense to me, because an April Direct, that means that we had enough time to see more and more games, seeing more things announced, but I am not giving up hope yet, even though Nate the Hate does say that we are going to be getting some sort of Nintendo Direct in June at some point, or late May. This still could happen that April could be this general Direct. I definitely wouldn't have thought that June would have been the correct date, because if you think about it, we haven't seen a Nintendo Direct since September of 2025, which is a really long time to really dive into it, because hey, that would be almost like 7 or 8 months, which is a kind of a crazy thing. But overall, seeing that this is going to be happening now, it makes you wonder, what kind of games and summer things are we going to be getting? Are we going to be getting this 3D Mario? Now, I know there's many of you out there that want a 3D Mario. Me, myself included, I love 3D Mario and I want to see it. Now, Nate the Hate does say that there's not going to be a 3D Mario in 2026, but it's coming 2027. Now, honestly, by this point, we definitely would have thought that March would have been the time for Nintendo Direct, so they could have announced 3D Mario. But seeing as we're not going to be getting one in 2026 for the 40th anniversary of Super Mario, in fact, we're getting it in 2027 with the launch of Pokémon Winds and Waves, which is a really interesting time, because you definitely would have thought that Nintendo would have done more for the second year of Nintendo, or technically the first year of Nintendo in that regard. When you look at it, 2027 is going to be a huge year for the Nintendo Switch 2. You have Pokemon Winds and Waves. You also have 3D Mario apparently, and you're probably going to be getting a lot of other things. Most likely something to do with Kirby, potentially a brand new Kirby game. But in 2026, The Legend of Zelda is going to be taking the position for the end of the year game. So it's probably going to be something massive. Now, moving over to the next thing here, Nate the Hate does say that a Star Fox game is coming in summer of 2026. Classic style visuals are very good online, so this most likely could refer to a Nintendo Switch Online sort of thing, kind of like how we saw these 99 Star Fox and the 99 Tetris, so it probably could be something like this for Star Fox, and maybe that was right. I was completely right. Look at this video right here. Yesterday, Star Fox came to the Super Mario Galaxy movie, and it seems like Star Fox is now coming once again in 2026, which is really awesome. It seems like Splatoon Raiders is going to be releasing in summer. We also have Fire Emblem Fortunes, which is supposedly also going to be releasing in summer. Rhythm Haven Grooves, the game that we haven't heard anything for a year, which is honestly kind of crazy that we haven't heard anything from Rhythm Haven Groove, and is coming summer, and a new Nintendo Switch Sports. That is definitely all really interesting things. I didn't necessarily think that we were going to get a Nintendo Switch Sports. Maybe they're going to do some remaster or remake of the Wii game. So it'd be Nintendo Switch Sports remaster of Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resorts. Who knows if that's going to follow through, but honestly, this is really cool. We also have Pikmin 4 and Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Nintendo Switch 2 Edition planned for 2026. Now, this is definitely really interesting. A Pikmin 4 Nintendo Switch 2 Edition. I wonder what's going to add. Is it going to add some new gameplay gimmicks, some new storylines? Who knows? It's definitely really interesting. I never played Xenoblade game, so I couldn't tell you what's going to be happening here. Now, the big thing that we previously mentioned at the start of the video, since there's no Pokemon this year, and since there's no 3D Mario this year, what does that lead? But instead, something big for the end of the year. And apparently, Ocarina of Time remake for the Nintendo Switch 2 is coming in the second half of 2026. Now this is really awesome because, hey, since we're not getting that 3D Mario, since we're not getting that Pokemon game, a Legend of Zelda game, a Legend of Zelda remake, a game that we've wanted for so long might be coming this year, which is really, really crazy. For the 40th anniversary of The Legend of Zelda, this is honestly huge. And I honestly think that this could be the greatest remake that we've seen ever, because this is one of the biggest and most beloved games of all time. The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. You can talk to any Legend of Zelda fan and they'll agree, this is a good game, best game ever. And since the Nintendo Direct is happening June, maybe the Nintendo Direct in June just makes sense. Maybe they had to get all of this stuff ready. It wasn't fully ready to be unraveled. So then they're going to unravel it and boom, we're going to be getting this and get super excited over the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. If you look back in 2021, we did get the Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. I believe that released in July. But then we also had the reveal, which was a little bit before. So let's just say that that was flipped. Let's just say that the game is going to be releasing as a Christmas game, which it is. It's going to be releasing November, sure, September. And then we're going to be getting the reveal in June. But it seems like summer of 2026 is going to be huge. Not only are we getting all of these games, Rhythm Haven Groom is finally going to be here. And most likely we are going to be seeing Elden Ring and the Dustbloods also make their way here. It also seems like we're going to be getting even more sort of Xbox games, which, hey, I'm really excited for that. But yeah, I definitely think that this is awesome. And honestly, when it comes to 3D Mario, I'm a little bit disappointed, but still not that much disappointed, because we know that in 2026, so far it hasn't been the most fun year, it hasn't been the greatest year. I mean, we're pretty much only at the start of it, but it hasn't been the most exciting thing. We didn't get our Nintendo Direct and stuff. But then we can get excited over 2027 being a massive year. We're getting our Ocarina of Time remake, which is really, really awesome. And then in 2027, 3D Mario and Pokemon Winds and Waves. We're probably going to be seeing even more, like a Kirby remake or even a brand new Kirby game, which, hey, I am all ears, all hands, woohoo, putting my fist up in the air, pumping like, whoa, this is crazy. Anyways, what are your thoughts on this? Do you think that this is some good news, some bad news, some darn it, I want my Nintendo Direct people. Come on, Nintendo. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you have an amazing rest of your day. Consider it the like button, maybe subscribing if you're new. We do have a bunch of different Nintendo content on this channel. Mario, Zelda, Pokemon news, pretty much everything you can think of Nintendo. So anyways, thank you so much for being here and see you in the next one.